So today we are looking at some questions in chemistry. Let's start with the objective before we move to the theoretical part. So here we have questions here. Said question 1, so which of the following method is used in separating ethanol and water? So answer is fractional distillation. Why is this so? Ethanol has a boiling point of 78 degrees Celsius, while water boils at 100. So when the separation involves two substances with close boiling points, we use the fractional distillation. So number 1 is D. Let's go to number 2. So which of the following hydrocarbons can undergo substitution and addition? So hydrocarbons are grouped into aliphatic and aromatic. In the aliphatic, we have the ethane, which is the alkane. We also have the ethyne and ethene. While the aromatic, we have benzene. So none of these three aliphatic can undergo these two addition. These two types of reactions stated, the addition and the substitution. What about the aromatic? The aromatic can, which is an example of aromatic is benzene. The answer is D. Then number 3, so the energy conversion in electrolytic cell is chemical to electric. Okay, from electrolytic cell, from electric to chemical. Because electricity will break down the compound to form ion. So from electrical to chemical, which is A. Number 4, if cement factory usually cited where you cite factory where there are natural resources in which the factory operates on. For a cement factory, is calcium carbonate, we use in making cement. Calcium carbonate is manufacture of cement, so the answer is B. Let's look at number 5. Number 5, it said a solution which resists change in pH when a small amount of acid or base is added is what we call a buffer solution. The answer is C. It's known as a buffer solution. Let's look at number 6. So the following are characteristics of enzymes, except they are organic. They are not inorganic. They are organic. They are not inorganic. So the answer is A. Enzymes are organic catalysts, not inorganic compounds. Number 7, it said fluoride ion is sometimes added to treatment of water in order to what? To prevent tooth decay, to speed up, to kill bacteria, to make water, to prevent tooth decay. That's what they add to it. Even in our toothpaste, they use fluoride material or substances. So the answer is D. Answer is D. So which of the following substances is a consequence of fire extinguisher? Its answer is carbon dioxide because it does not support combustion. Number 8B, says an alloy that is made up of copper and zinc. An alloy that is made up of copper and zinc is bronze, which is option C. Now look at number 10. So what is the maximum number of electrons in the 2ps share? The 2ps always have 6 electrons, so the answer is C. The p always has 6 electrons. Let's check number 11. It says if 16 grams of salt dissolved in 5 cl of distilled water, the concentration of this calculate concentration in grams per dm cube. So gram per dm cube is the mass concentration. So let's try to get the molar mass of the salt. We have given mass, which is Gm over molar mass, is what we are looking for. It's equals to volume over 1000 times molar concentration. So I'm having 16 over x, which is the molar mass. The value is 500 times 0.80 divided by 1000. So my S is now what? 16 times 1000 divide 500 times 0.8. So this is one method to do it. You can also use a different method. So we're having 16 times 1000 divided by 500 divided 0.8. That will give us 40 grams per mole. 40 grams per mole. That is not the molar mass of the compound. 40 grams per mole, which is option D. Let's see number 12. Let's look at number 12. Question says, what types of bond exist between the elements with electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3x2? So this first element is magnesium, which is a mental, and 2, 6, that is 8, which is oxygen, which is a non-mental. So when mental and non-mental combine, we have a electrovalent bond, also called the ionic bond. Now look at number 13. So which of the following compound has three-dimensional tetrahedral shape? Three-dimensional tetrahedral shape is methane. Methane has a tetrahedral shape. If you wrote WAEC, they said the question also your WAEC, it's methane, tetrahedral shape. Let's look at number 14. Let's check number 14. It said the presence of oxygen in air can be determined by passing a given volume of air through alkaline Parrot law. Alkaline Parrot law is used to determine air. Oxygen, is alkaline Parrot law. Number, which is B. Number 15. Say petroleum product is used for making candle wax. Making candle wax, ammonical liquor, no, asphalt, no, bitumen, no, is paraffin. The answer is D. Then number 16, we have two balancing equations. Carbon is 4, oxygen is so carbon is 4. Let's calculate the total oxygen here. Oxygen here is 8 plus 6, which is we have 14 oxygen. So here is 2 times 7 will give us 14, which is D. Then number 17, say how many protons are there in metallic ion of this? How many protons are there? So that for Y2 plus, we lose 2 electrons to form just Y. So proton equals to electron for a neutral atom. Okay? So the answer is 16, which is C. Number 18. So example of fine chemical include the following except we have additive drugs, perfume, dye is okay. Fine chemical example E is sodium hydroxide is a heavy chemical. So the answer is E. Number 19. You said sodium tricarbonate decahydrate on exposed to air lost water of crystallization. The phenomenon is known as efflorescence, which is D, efflorescence. Then let's see number 20. So calculate the mole of a gas occupied by this volume and this and this. First of all, you convert. If you look at the unit of the gas constant, which is R is in Kelvin, but what they give to us is in Celsius, convert to Kelvin. Temperature in Kelvin, I'll have minus 200 plus 273. That will give us a 73 Kelvin. From ideal gas law, we have PV equals to N ROT. So we are asking the number of moles, which is our N now. So our N now will give us PV over ROT. So where's my P is 10, where's my V now is 4, R 0.082 by my T is 73. If I multiply and divide, what will I have? The numerator will just give us 40 divided 0.082. 40 divided 0.082. Then I divide by 73. That will give us 6.68 moles, which is option C. Number 20 is C. Let's check 21. So if the density of the saturated salt of G, which is our mass concentration now, is 1.12 grams per cm cube, calculate solubility in mole per dm cube. So first of all, let's calculate molar concentration, MC, equals to mass concentration over molar mass. So what is the mass concentration now? 1.12 divided by 58.5. That will give us the molar concentration. So I divide from my end, 1.12 divide 58.5. That will give us a 0.01915 in a mole per cm cube. So, but you are being asked to convert to dm cube. Okay, so what you do now, you multiply this value by 1000. That will give us 19.15 per dm cube, which is option B. Then number 22, so which of the following is the properties of metal? They are brittle, they are ductile, they are low density. Metals are ductile because you can beat them into differential. You can beat an iron rod now to be flat. So that is ductility. So the answer is B. Number 22 is B. Let's check 23. 23 says, in a laboratory preparation of chlorine, the gas is passed through water before collection, so as to, the answer is, so as to cool the chlorine gas, enable the chlorine gas to dilute, increase the volume of chlorine gas, remove HCl gas, remove manganese 4 oxides. When you heat, it's to cool. It's to cool, which is A. Let's look at 24. Say helium and argon are respectively characterized by their completion of what? Dash and dash. Helium and argon. Argon is number 18. So let's see if I have argon, AR18, I'll have 1x2, 2x2, 2p6, 3x2, 3p6. How many is here? This is 10, 18. So it's P. The helium is 4, 2. You're having 1x2. So it's X and P. X and P, which is E. Number 25. Say a given volume of methane diffuses in 30 seconds. How long in seconds will it take the same volume of sulfur oxide to diffuse under the same condition? So we know that rate of diffusion is proportional to 1 over the square root of vapor density. So if I remove the sign of proportionality, my arrow will give me K over root D. So my K will give me arrow root D. So for the first gas, which is methane, I'll have arrow 1 square root of M1 is equals to arrow 2 square root of M2. We are using M because we know that relative molecular mass, which is M, is 2 times vapor density. So vapor density will do molecular mass divided by 2. So if you substitute it, I rate to cancel. So that's why we have this. And we know that rate is a volume over time. That is rate, volume over time. So for rate 1, I will have the first volume over the first time, which is 30, then times methane, molar mass of methane is 16. Rate 2, I will have the same volume over the time, and I don't know. The molar mass of sulfur is 64. So volume can cancel volume. So I'm having 4 over 30 is equals to 8 over T2. So just cancel this, I'm left with 2 here. So my T2 now is simply 30 times of 2. That will give us 60 seconds, which is option D. It's option D. So let me erase this part. Now we can see here to solve other questions. Let me erase and see how we solve the next question. Now it says, what is the hydrogen ion concentration of a solution of pH? This, we know that pH is negative logarithm to base 10 of hydrogen ion. So if the pH is 4.4, I'm having negative logarithm to base 10 of hydrogen ion. So if I divide both sides by negative, I'm going to have 4.4 minus 4.4 also log in base 10 hydrogen ion. So if I apply the principles of indices here, I'm going to, logarithm I'm going to have hydrogen ion equals to 10 raised to the power minus 4.4. So if you use a calculator to press that, let me press that from my end. 10 raised to the power minus 4.4. 10 raised minus 4.4. That will give us 3.98 times 10 raised to the power minus 5, which is option A. Let's see number 27. So what volume is cm cube of these? Neutralize this and this. This is acid-base titration. So first of all, I will write the equation for the reaction. I'm having H2SO4 plus sodium hydroxide. So if I balance them, I'm going to have sodium sulfate plus H2O. So here is 2. I'll balance the equation now. So the mole ratio of acid to 1, acid to base is 1:2. So we're going to have CAVA over CBVB equals to NA over NB. So that's the formula we're going to use. We're going to use the general formula, which says, let me erase this part. The equation now we know is 1:2. So I'm having CAVA over CBVB equals to NA over NB. So C is 0.25 times VA, which is what I don't know, over CB, which is 0.1 times 25, is equals to 1/2. So my VA now will give me 0.1 times 25 times 1 divided 0.25 times 2. So if I multiply and divide, what will I have? 2.5 divided 0.25 divided by 2. The answer is 5 cm cube. Number 28. 28. So calculate the change in delta H in the reaction above. So calculate the change in delta H in reaction above. We know that delta H, or change in energy, net energy, delta H is heat of product minus the heat of reactant. So who are the reactant? We have our hydrogen and chlorine, which is these two. So I'm having why the product is sodium is HCl. So we have 2 HCl, which is a 2 bracket 431 minus the reactant now is 436 plus 242. So if I simplify from here, I'm going to have 862 minus, let's say 436 plus 242. That will give us a 679. So what will be our delta H? 862 minus answer, I'm going to have positive 184. Positive 184, which is C. Let's look at number 29. It says calculate the current in ampere required to produce 13 grams of aluminium in 1 hour. So this question is under electrolysis. So I have a short formula of doing so. We have M is equals to EIT over NF. So my I will be MNF over ET, which is the mass now, 13.5. The Village electron of aluminum is 3 Faraday, 96500 over atomic mass of aluminum, 27. 1 hour is 3,600 seconds. So if I multiply 13.5 times 3 times 96500 then divide by 27, dividing 3,600. That will give us 40.20. It ought to be 40.21, but I leave it as such to approximate, which is E. Let's look at number 30. So what volume of a gas? Say the volume of a gas at this is this. What will be the volume of the gas in this if the pressure is increased to 2000 and maintain the same temperature? So if the temperature is constant, we call that Charles law. So a constant temperature process is Boyle's law. T1 is anything as T2. The result is T. So it's the same temperature. Meaning we are working with Boyle's law, which is P1 V1 equals to P2 V2. So my V2 now will be P1, which is what? 740 times V1 100 divided by P2, which is 2000. So if I multiply 740 times 100 divided by 2000, that will give us 37, which is option A. So if you like what you are watching, subscribe to the channel, like and share, and make sure you watch to the end. Let's look at 31. You said, to what temperature in Kelvin must a gas be raised from 290 in order to double both the volume and pressure? So nothing is constant this time. Both volume and pressure are doubled. So I'm going to have general gas law, P1 V1 over T1 is equals to P2 V2 over T2. So I'm having P1 V1 over 290 is equals to, pressure is double, I'm having 2P1, then volume is also double, 2V1 over T2. So V1 will cancel V1. So my T2 is simply 290 times 2 times 2. So I multiply from my end, that will give me 1092, which is option D. Option D. So let's look at number 32. Say astacine is a group 7A of the periodic table, has similar properties with who? With iodine. Iodine is also present in group 7. Iodine is also present in group 7, so you have similar properties with iodine. We have ethanoic acid to give methane and carbon dioxide. The reaction above is called what? It's called decarbonization, removal of carbon dioxide from an organic acid, known as decarbonization, which is option C. Then number 34. So which of these gases can be collected by downward delivery? Downward delivery is also known as upward displacement of air. It's also known as upward displacement of air. So downward delivery, that should be chlorine. That is B. Number 35. So when ethanol is heated with excess concentrated H2SO4, the organic product form is ethane. So because we dehydrate ethanol, we're having C2H5, which is the ethanol OH, plus H2SO4. So will give me C2H5, HSO4, plus H2O. So since this one is the SF, if I decompose this, we form C2H4 plus H2SO4, which is the SS acid. So the reaction is D, ethene. So let's look at number 36. 36. Say boiling of liquid is said to occur when the vapor pressure is equal to the atmospheric pressure, which is true. The answer is A. No need to read further. The answer is A. Say which of the following following industrial products has a common raw material? Industrial products have a common cement and H2SO4, no. Iron, aluminium, no. Margarine and soap. Both of them will use one is red oil, the other one is margarine. You use the vegetable oil. So can it be there? I don't know. Plastic and rubber. Let me go with plastic and rubber because they are products of its time. Let's go with E. Environmental pollution problems are more severe in countries with many industries. When many industries produce at the same time, each of them will be producing its own or evolving gases to the atmosphere. So it's more severe when you have many industries. Say types of iron best used for welding. Types of iron best used for welding. Then making nails and making nails, chains and iron rod is A. We have the cast iron, then we have iron pirate, then we have pig iron, we have let me see what is here. Let me see what is there. We have the septic iron, then we have the last one, rat iron. So the answer is cast iron, which is A. So let's see numbers here. That should be 40. Say ethanol plus organic acid, you have a reversible reaction to give us X and water. Reaction best described as what? It's esterification. It's esterification, which is B. I read diffuse porous plug as, so rate of hydrogen now, meaning R1 over R2 square root of M2 over M1. So hydrogen should be our R1, then R2, then molar mass of oxygen is 32, hydrogen is 2, so here will give us 16. Product of 16 is 4, so my R1 is 4 R2. Is it diffuse 4 times as fast, which is C, 4 times as fast. Okay? Look at the next. They say a gas exact pressure in a container because of the molecules of the gas with the wall of the container, mass of number of molecules are moving faster, number of molecules of the gas collide with the wall of the container, which is E. This is under kinetic theory of gases. Say cellulose and starch are classified under disaccharides. They are complex sugar. They classify under cellulose and starch. They are monosaccharide, no, they are carbohydrates. Then hydrocarbons, they are not. Then where's the next one? Carbohydrate, no. The next one, isomers, no. Then what's the next one? Monosaccharide, no. Then polysaccharide, yes, the answer should be polysaccharide. MLS, MLS. Okay, it's sucrose, lactose, amylose, so it's polysaccharide. So the answer is correct. So I use Nilomensi but plot to know it. So you can use any acronyms to know anything you want to know. It can be club, it can be somebody's name, provided they give you the answer. Now, let's look at 2044. So the compound 2,2-dimethyl propane is an isomer of what? 2,2-dimethyl propane. We're having CH3. CH3. We have C. Here we have CH3. Here we have CH3 and CH3. So how many carbon are we having? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is a pentane. The answer is D. Let's check the next one. Say an element F has electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p4. To which group and period does it belong? So I can rearrange it by writing this as 2, 8, 6. So it belongs to group 6. Count to them 1, 2, 3. It's group 6 period 3. Group 6 period 3. Or just take the last digit in the last orbital. So which is D. So the next one, we have question number 46. Name the types of reaction between alkenes. This is unsaturated and halogens. Unsaturated plus halogen, that's an additional reaction or chlorination, as the case may be. So, or bromination or hydrogenation. So, anyone want to say it? Yes, they are all additional reaction. Number 47. Number 47. Say which starch undergo complete zymase catalyzed hydrolysis. The product is, when you hydrolyze starch, what you have is glucose. Answer is C. Now, 48. Say the most suitable indicator for fertilization of sodium hydroxide and ethanoic acid. So sodium hydroxide is a strong base. NOH2 is a strong base, while ethanoic acid is a weak acid. So when you're having a weak acid and strong base, you use phenolphenolphthalein, which is E. So we have number 49. Number 49. It said, in the manufacture of glass, some traditional metal oxide are used. Is to add color. Yeah, it's to add color to it. It's to add color to it. 49E. Then 50, what do we have there? Number 50 says carbon dioxide in air can be absorbed by using. We answered a similar question earlier. That one is was what's it called? Was oxygen. We use alkaline paragalo for oxygen. So for carbon dioxide, we use concentrated sodium hydroxide. That's what we use for sodium for carbon dioxide. Then 51, we have which of the following factor does not affect the rate of reaction between non-gaseous. Okay. Consider the reactants. Pressure is for gaseous, which is for either gas or aqueous solution. Surface area in contact. The surface area is for non-gaseous, which is D. Then let's see, number 52 said, which law is obeyed when the volume is double and the pressure is half? So this is just volume against pressure. Volume against pressure is just Boyle's law. No temperature when it comes to Boyle's law. Temperature is constant. A plastic which can be softened by heat is described as thermoplastic. The one which cannot be softened by heat are known as thermosets. Those ones you cannot soften by heat are called thermosets. Number 54. It said the complex salt formed when aluminum dissolved in sodium hydroxide. We have aluminum plus sodium hydroxide. What will it give to you? So aluminum is positive, is negative. So this will combine with this to form NeAl, then we have OH, then 4. Because first electron is exchange between this and this is 4, this is 1. So which is option? That should be option E. Option E. Okay? NeAl OH 4, that's option E. So the random motion of molecules are greater when you are changing from, from gas to, or liquid to gas. That is where the molecules are greater, from liquid to gas. So each of the following are properties of periodic properties except artificial energy is not. You see this one in heat change. You see artificial energy in heat change, not in periodic table. So let's look at 57. 57. Say an atom contains 30 protons, 14 neutrons, and 10 electrons is a what? Is a positive, where you have La3. So if you lose 3 electrons, it becomes, so from 13 now, it becomes 10. It's a positive ion, it's a mental, yes, it's a mental, which is A. So the types of bond between 2 atoms of the same element with atomic number, this is what? That is nitrogen. There are 2 non-metals, so that is a covalent bond, which is B. Let's look at 59 and 60. So 59 says, when polygrain are suspended in water and viewed under microscope, say they appear to be in a state of constant but erratic motion. So this is due to a chemical reaction between polygrain and water, coefficient current, small charges in pressure, small changes in pressure, small changes in temperature. Then the bombardment of the polygrain by water molecule. The answer is E. Number 50, so which element does not form allotropy? We have many elements that form allotropy. We have carbon can form allotropy, oxygen can, sulfurous can, sulfur can. The answer is B. Magnesium does not form allotropy. So stay tuned to this channel for more exciting video tomorrow for chemistry again on Tuesday. So stay tuned, like, share, and subscribe. This is STEMupAfrica. We are into one-on-one classes with us. We are into physics, chemistry, maths, further maths, technical drawing, AutoCAD, and computer science. So reach out to us through any means you can. So our next video, I'm going to look at the theoretical part of it. Thank you for watching. See you next.